Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's King G on the house. Today's a fun day where I'm at. It's cold, that's what it is. It's cold. It's 44 degrees, it's not that bad, right? Well, anyway, guys, I want to say thank you to those who subscribe and those who have not subscribed. Yo, hit that button right there, that little bell, and it'll notify you when I, King G, upload a video. Now, today, I want to talk to you about something that's very important, because it's been perturbing me. And it's about Donald Trump and his dumb, stupid policies. I don't even know why I don't even know how these people actually have voted for this man. This man takes his coronavirus and makes it like if it's a joke. He makes it into his own political agenda. He tells people that the coronavirus is a fake, it's a hoax by the Democratic Party. Okay, so the 33 deaths the deaths that have been happening in the United States, the death that's happened in China, and all those and those people getting infected, or in Italy, that's the Democratic Party, right? Okay. And then yesterday he made a statement when he had made a statement that he said that everything that he's been doing with the coronavirus has been straight, just as straight as it was when there was a conversation with the president of Kosovo. That's kind of childish to mention what happened before and link it to what's going on now. You know, that was as straight as my conversation. That's stupid. That has no bearing on what the situation that we're having right now. He also said that he prefers having those people. There are 19 people on a cruise ship, on the Princess cruise ship off the shore of South San Francisco right now, who have been positive. Most of them have been crew members. That was a crew member from one ship that went to that ship and passed it on to the crew member there. And there's 2 passengers to have it. And he wants to quarantine them offshore. Not a good idea, because you quarantine them offshore. You don't know who can live. You don't know who's gonna die. What if your crew lives? What if your crew dies? You know, I'm not a medical expert, but the best thing to do is bring them inshore, have them secluded somewhere in an army base, in a tent, and have them more isolated. These are things that could have been prevented, guys. That's what happens when the pandemic becomes. Had people. Well, let's get it some straight. For you to catch this virus, it's kind of hard for you. Yeah, when it comes to community viruses, that you got to contact with someone who has it, right? And there's no need to be alarmed for it. Just make sure that you cough into your elbow, you don't shake people's hands, you don't hug that much, you know. But you never know. But the point is that when this all started out, that it started supposedly in China, we should have just closed all the doors to China. When people knew that Italy got infected, those people who were in Italy, they must have seen the news when they got home. They should have just stayed in their homes and said, you know what, let me put a mask and let me go to my doctor and find out, because I have been to this place where this place was infected and I don't want to infect nobody else. Because all these people that have been infected have been to these places. And we've been going through this already for the past 2 months. So people are aware of what's going on. They just figured, well, I went to this place, I don't feel no symptoms, I don't feel nothing's coming to me. But you're better off. You know, because from my understanding is that this coronavirus can stay in your system 2 weeks before it shows any symptoms. Now you have 2 teachers in New York who were in the Italy area the past few weeks, and they're showing symptoms of the coronavirus. And they're working with students. So now you have to take those kids, test those kids, and there's 2 weeks incubation period. Then those kids, you know how many kids they talk to, you know how many kids they talk to, you know how many. So it's different. The immune system of a kid is different from an adult, so it's easy for the kids to recuperate. From my understanding, it hits harder when you're over the age of 50. Your immune system is compromised. All the people with HIV, chemotherapy, well, your system is compromised, so it's different. So it's just kind of, you know, it's just we can't live in fear. But what I'm trying to tell President Trump is that he's making this as a joke. He's taking this to his political agenda. He said there'll be a cure within a few months, and the experts at CDC are saying no, it's going to take at least a year. Penn says we don't have enough test kits to go testing around, but he says, well, we do. So he's growing insecurity in people. You have people already saying that this. I saw a lady in the news saying this was a hoax from the Democratic Party. That she doesn't believe that this is even real. See, this is what you have to think before you speak, because if you, as a president, people listen to you. Me personally, I don't listen to the president, because whenever a president speaks, and it's saying he speaks with a teleprompter, those aren't his words. Someone wrote those for him to say, so that's somebody else's word. So I don't get caught up with what the president says. Any president says, not just Trump, but any president. And president's vocabulary is remedial for me. I can't stand the way that man speaks. His speeches are incoherent. He got all he says is we got good things coming, great things are coming, a lot of good things are coming by a lot of good people. That's all he says. He's never to a point in a collegiate level, but yeah, he thinks he's a scientist. So when you're mixing your politics into this, and you're saying the Democratic Party, instead of saying, we all need to work with this, and we all need to contain this, because this is where it goes. You have to contain this. So if you're out there and you've been to these regions, and you've been to Italy, or you've been to China, your best bet, if you've been to these places where it's been hit, stay home, wait till the test kit comes out, and then go get tested. Remember, it takes 2 weeks for symptoms to show. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So that's what they say. I'm not an infectious disease doctor, so I can't tell you, but this is from what I've read and from what I've heard by experts. Dr. Sinjay was on CNN yesterday. He said that. So I'm going by what he's saying. So we just got to be careful with our surroundings. Did you see yesterday the Department of I don't know. I know he was at the White House, and she was making a speech, and she said, make sure that you clean your hands and don't touch your face. And then the next thing she did, she put her hand in her mouth, turn a page. Hello? And then Bill de Blasio, from the mayor of New York, he was talking about speech. He was talking about how to be cleanliness, don't touch your hands. And then in the background, you see him go like this, and he goes like this. Didn't you just say that to clean your hands? To clean your hands? I mean, come on. But yeah, you have to be careful what the president of the United States says. You have to be very careful what he says. He thinks this is a joke. He's not taking this very seriously. And I'm not here to bash anyone, but this is a bad president. I mean, the Republican Party had better candidates than this man. I was going to vote Republican this last year. I mean, in the last election, I was going to go for Rubio. And I'm not even a Republican. And I was going to vote for Rubio, because I figured he was the best candidate that the Republican Party had. But people voted for Trump, and it's stupid. They voted for Trump. Yesterday, a gentleman was not yesterday, the day before yesterday. Gentleman, I forgot his name, was executed in Alabama, and he's calling for him and the Attorney General to have more executions, to have more death penalty. Listen, my man. This thing for an eye, tooth for a tooth, that does not work. Has never worked and never will work. A person is going to do whatever the hell the person wants to do, regardless of what law you put in front of that person. If a person is determined to kill, that person is determined to kill. No matter what you say, that person is going to say, I don't give a shit. I get life in prison. I get life in prison. I don't give. To that person, it doesn't matter. So doing the death penalty, you're not doing anything. And then this guy he conspired to kill 3 cops, but he didn't do the shooting. I understand the conspiracy theory about it. When you conspire, you get the same sentence the other person does. But the shooter himself said he did not shoot him. The guy did not shoot anyone. I was the one that shot him. I don't know if that guy's alive or not, but it's just to show you that the death penalty proves nothing. We gotta stay gotta stay away from these politics that says that we don't stay away from these politicians that says, oh, we need the death penalty, we need this. No, the death penalty has not deterred anything at all. Has it deterred anything? Statistically wise, go look at the DOJ. Go look at the archives. Tell me since capital punishment has been put back in place, or the states that have capital punishment, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, whatever state it is, look at that murder rate. Tell me, has their murder rate have gone down? Has it? I don't think so. So why would you advocate for something that's not going to, that doesn't do anything? That doesn't do anything. Yes, I understand that there are people that commit horrendous crimes, and you want to keep those people off the streets, and you want to say, oh, you know what? He did this to this girl, he raped this girl, he did this, he did that, and you want to see that person suffer. But in reality, you're not doing anything. You're not. Because you're just killing that person and nothing. You're not deterring another person from killing another person. No, you're just taking that person away from the earth. But there are other people who are out there who are committing crimes, who are killing other people. My best solution, I would think, the best thing to do is just take that person and put him in isolation for the rest of his life, or her life. That's the best thing to do. And let that person dwell, and let that person suffer within him or herself. Let that, everything that they did, let that kick in. Let that person goes crazy, they go crazy. Is that cruel and unusual punishment? To whom? To the people in the NAACP? But we got to remember, this person committed a serious crime, so this person must be punished. So this cruel and unusual punishment has no bearing. I'm not killing the guy, but I'm gonna put him kind of in solitary confinement because that's what he deserved. He took away a life. So you put him in solitary confinement, you feed him 3 meals a day, they don't take a shower, don't give him no books, don't give him nothing to read, nothing to entertain himself. Give him a Bible. That's the only thing that I would give him, is a Bible. Because nobody should be denied the Word of God. But other than that, no. So when you hear this president say idiotic things like that make no sense at all, it makes you wonder how Republican people think. How the Republican Party... Let me tell you something. Everybody in the Republican Party does not like Trump. There are people within his party that would have impeached him when they had a chance to. But they didn't do it because of reprisal. They didn't do it because they were afraid. This is an election year. We can't do this to our president. We got to stand together. And this band, standing together does not work, man. Mitt Romney was the only man that had a conscience, for whatever reason it was the only one that stood out and spoke against what President Trump did. The only one. And for whatever reason it is, if it's personal, or for him to be written in the books, but whatever reason that he did the correct thing. Because there's no way in the world that no one can say that there was no pro quo. There's no way in the world that evidence speaks for themselves. And there were proponents of evidence that said that, yes, in the conversation, there was do me a favor, I'll do you a favor. That's what it was. That's what pro quo is. And in the conversation, that's the way it sounded. And then he has all these people going against him, people that he chose, people that he appointed, saying the same thing, even though there were opinions. There have been people who've been convicted of murder with nobody. With nobody. All right? With nobody. I saw a guy, maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, was convicted in Puerto Rico. To this day, the body hasn't been found. But he was convicted in Puerto Rico because they found a nidge of blood in his van of the girl. But yet there's no body whatsoever. But yet they gave him life just because of a piece of blood. No hair strand, no nothing. Yes, the van was clean inside out, but there was no body. So how can you claim murder when there's no body? But yet it's done. But when it comes, so where's the due process of this gentleman? Yeah, you got no evidence, blah, blah. And they're talking about due process. In his case, they shouldn't have witnesses. There's a difference between a a criminal case, a real criminal case, and there's a difference between a congressional case. Very two different legalities. They're not the same. They don't go by the same. And when the inspector general came out with his finding 2 years later, he said that the DOJ rules that they do not press charges on a sitting president. That right there, you gotta take that with a grain of salt and say, well, they did have something against Trump, but they can't do it because the DOJ rules won't allow it. So he said it's up to Congress to act. So right there and then it tells you that there was something that he was in cahoots. They found something in Trump. Plain and simple. You don't have to be a Republican. You don't have to be a Democrat just to read between the lines. It's plain and simple. But people are blind. Some people are so stupid they don't want to see the truth that's in front of them. Look, you could be. I'm a Mets fan. I love my Mets, but the team sucks. Okay, management sucks. The owner, which is they ultimately suck. So if I'm not gonna sit here and debate with somebody and say my team is better than yours because I believe that my team. Okay, you believe it, but it's not. Paper-wise, it's not. You know, so if I'm a Democrat, when I was a Democrat, I did not vote for Hillary. I did not vote for Barack Obama. There were certain things that I didn't like about Barack and certain things that I like about Hillary Clinton. So just because I was a Democrat doesn't mean that I have to vote Democrat. So I didn't vote for either of them, and I had my reasons to. But I'm not gonna go and say, oh, my views my views has to be this, has to be this. No. I have some conservative views and I have some liberal views. You know, that doesn't make me a bad person. My views are different. I don't go by what society says. I don't go by what people have to say. I don't go by what, I'm a Democrat, so I have to go live by this. I'm a Republican, I have to go. No, you have to have your own mind. You have to have your own belief. Okay? And if your belief in the Republicans that you want to be conservative, then you be conservative. That's up to you. But don't be conservative because you're a Republican. Be a conservative because that's what you believe in. You believe in sanctity of a home. You believe in marriage. You don't believe in abortion. It has nothing to do with being a Republican. That's just what you believe in. Okay? I have my own theory in abortion. I have my own theory in crime. I have my own theory in crime punishment. So I have my own theory in economics. But that's me. But that doesn't mean just because Biden wins, I'm gonna vote for Biden. No. The only way I'm gonna vote for Biden is only because I don't want Trump in office. So I don't want to lose my vote. But if Trump was not the president and was someone else, I wouldn't vote for Biden. I don't like Biden. There were a few things that Biden did in his campaign that I did not like. The way he talked to people. Talk to a gentleman, to a future, to a constituent. I don't like that. You don't talk to people that way, and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna follow what that person believes in. I believe in God, and I believe when I go to church, if whatever the pastor says doesn't coincide with the Bible, then I get out, because that's the difference. I separate religion from government. I would never, those two things can never go hand in hand, but yet every year, Donald Trump, oh yeah, he becomes a religious person, he goes to church, blah, blah, blah. You don't do that. The Bible says you give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, you give God what belongs to God. It's plain and simple. I'm not a religious person. I do believe in God. Religion will never save you. That saving is up to you. You do your own saving. You accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior, and you start doing the things that Jesus wants you to do, and you're okay. You don't need a religion. But religion, all they do is separate. But when religion comes into politics, that's a bad mix. They should never do that. Just like in Puerto Rico, Jehovah's Witnesses, they wanted to gain access to private properties, a gated community. And the government, the church, the courts in Puerto Rico sided with the Jehovah's Witnesses against the wishes of the residents. If you move into a gated community because you want to be protected, I'm not saying that Jehovah's Witnesses are going to come there to rob you or kill you, but you live in a gated community because you want certain privacy. So if you don't want a certain group to go into your community, that's what you're there for. You have that right. It's private property and blah this and blah. But the courts in Puerto Rico didn't see that way. So that in itself it's selfish. But going back to Trump, don't believe everything this guy says. This guy's, he thinks he's a genius. He thinks he knows everything. He doesn't. Just go with what doctors tell you. Go with what doctors say. You're going to vote this year. Vote. Look down at the things that are happening. People stop believing that, hey, the economy is great. The economy was going up even when Barack Obama was here. And like I said, I didn't vote for Barack Obama, but the economy was rising up. Unemployment was already at its low. It was at 4.2, if I'm not mistaken. It was already going down. So all these things he inherited. Okay? The only thing that Trump did was the Tax Act. And the Tax Act, who did that benefit? The rich and the powerful. Yes, you may have gotten some more money in taxes. Yes, your 401k went up. Why? Because these big ass companies are not paying federal taxes. That's their Tax Act. Warren Buffett, when the Tax Act came on, Warren Buffett in one day, without doing anything, without not even lifting a pen, when the Tax Act came in and it was enacted, Warren Buffett made $14 million on tax breaks. Don't believe me? Google it. So I'm not lying about this. So he made $14 million in tax breaks. Bezos, Amazon, didn't pay taxes the year before last. 0 federal taxes. I think Ford didn't pay taxes. I know JetBlue didn't pay federal taxes. So when you don't pay federal taxes, you can give out more money. So your 401k will go up. That's common sense. That's common sense. So the economy is up. It was going up. It was going up when Barack was here. It was just slowly going up, and the economy went up because people thought, oh, he's a businessman, so let's do business with the United States. But people don't see that there has been manufacturers' jobs that has been lost. There have been industrial jobs that have been lost. He's taking away money from one thing to fund the war. With the war, it's not going to do anything because when they want to come in, they're going to come in regardless of the war. The war's been there for years, and there's still people coming in. So it doesn't matter. If you don't come in through one point of entry, you come in through the other. You go to Vermont. Vermont is close to Canada. Just so from what I saw like a few months ago, more people coming in from Vermont than they are from Mexico illegally. So people will always find a way to get in. Okay, every 4 years we go with the same bullshit about immigration, and we don't do shit. It's time that we do something about immigration. It's time that we curb violence. It's time that we hold cops accountable for their actions. Okay? Those are the things that we have to take care of. We have to take care of this health system that once one president does it, not for the next president when they come in to repeal it. That does not make any sense at all. Things need to change. So when another 4 years come in, we talk about different stuff. The economy is good. Okay, we leave the economy alone. Let's do something different. That's what you need that's what you need a different president. Okay. Don't tell me that Donald Trump is a businessman. Donald Trump has gone bankrupt many of times, and he inherited his money. He didn't make his money like Bloomberg did, and I'm not even a Bloomberg fan. Mark Cuban wasn't born rich, and Mark Cuban made his own money. I look up to more people like that come from small, that never had anything and make it big. That's people are like, okay, fine, you. But when you inherit money, what do you know about life? Nothing. Now, if I gave you $1 and you made that dollar, and you made the dollar into a thousand, that thousand to 10,000, 10,000 to 100,000, 100,000 to 1,000,000, they'd be like, yo, this guy made something. Because all I gave him was $1. Look what he made with $1. That's the difference. Now you can say, wow, that's something to look up. That's someone to look up to. As long as they did it the legal way, not the illegal way, the legal way. All right? So that's what it is, guys. Just stay safe. Don't worry about the coronavirus. Just make sure you maintain your hands clean. If you know someone that went on a trip to any of these countries, Italy, Iran, China, and stuff like that, just make sure that you keep your distance until all this is contained, because that's all it got to be. It's got to be contained. And people, if you've been to these countries, please stay in your houses until a test kit comes out, or go to your doctor. Or once you feel that you're coming down with a flu, flu-like symptoms, go to your doctor, seclude yourself. You know, that's how we get this contained, is by educating and learning from one another, learning from this. Don't let this become a plague. All right, guys. You guys take care. Don't forget about tomorrow's live video with Dr. Marge Cohn at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I think it's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't know why she put 8, but it's at 7 that I do my lives. I haven't done lives because I've been doing DoorDash. I'm gonna put a video on DoorDash, the pros and cons about DoorDash, so you guys want to make extra money. But anyway, guys, thank you for everything. God bless you. I know this video was long, but I just want to cover things, and I just wanted to vent to you guys. All right, guys, take care. Don't forget to share and press the notification button. Yeah.